Okay, you guys, welcome. It is the Team Everyone Matters call, and it is Monday, February the 22nd. And I'm not sure how you guys started your Monday. Mine was, I didn't have my normal mojo Monday happening, but I got up, got the sweat on, got the shake done, went to school, and here I am, came back at the end of the day. I was one of those working moms where I had to go to the grocery store on a Monday after I got off of work because we needed to have food for dinner, and the schedule didn't allow for that. So that's awesome. Yes, I have props today. I will cut you. Anyway, I came home and I was exhausted, and I fixed dinner, and then I was like, I've got a call to do tonight. I think that we need to talk about the goodness that we have in this business. And when Molly had posted about the Hardcore 22, or I'm going to so mess that whole title up, 22-minute hardcore, workout. I was like, yes, everybody needs to try that, because if you missed it that other day, you needed to do it today. Were you guys disappointed that it was the same workout? Because I was hoping it was going to be like another sneak peek towards that whole series. But to me, the only one I saw was the same workout. Anyway. So I know I don't know who that is. That sounds horrible. It's really funky. But yeah, I was totally bummed. Are you guys hearing me clearly, or is it like totally messed up?
I can hear you.
Okay, because everybody's screen is frozen.
It said Allison's broadband width was low or something at one point across my screen.
All right.
But I mean, I can hear you fine.
Okay. So that was my first thing. I wanted to find out if it was your first time or even if it was your second time doing the Cardio 1. What are some, how was that experience for you? Because where this is going to be released next month, the fact that you guys have even had the opportunity to try it, to reach new people that aren't even, you have your challengers, obviously, that can take advantage of their on-demand and try the workout. But what were some of your takeaways from that Hardcore 22 or 22 Hardcore, or however you want to say it? I really want to hear what you guys think about that whole boot camp style and what appeals to you, or maybe what doesn't appeal to you about that. Anybody can go first.
I like that it was done in 22 minutes. Like, it was quick. By the time I got my groove on, it was done.
I agree.
22. Who was that said that?
Anybody else? Can you hear me?
Yeah, but who was the first person that talked? Because I couldn't tell who it was.
Lisa.
Okay, that's what I thought, because your lips were moving, but it was a little late on my end, so I just want to double check. Okay, that's awesome. Doable, though, would you say, Lisa? Doable?
Yeah, minus the 82.
Yeah, that's what I told Craig. I said that's a ridiculous amount of burpees, but absolutely. Yeah. Okay, who else?
I think it's a great asset to put Tony back in without using the P90 anywhere name.
Good point, Joy.
People are scared of it, so I think it was good.
I know, it's funny that you mentioned that. I had a client who has Body Beast, and I guess they have an X3 workout on one of the Body Beast programs, and she was like, it really wasn't that hard. Why is X3 that big of a thing? So I think you're right. Name association with P90X, it can be a deterrent for some people. So yeah, that'll be good, and open the doors maybe for other options for other people. That's cool.
I have not, but I will say that somebody, I think it was Ashley Gill and Elaine and whoever's on my Team Cup team, we were discussing it, and she was unsure of how military-related people would handle this and how he to them, since this is either, not that it's a fake regimen, but I don't know that it's not exactly maybe like the military, or if it is something that they deal with and are around a lot anyway, that maybe it's not going to be appealing to come home and do it even more. So she just was unsure how it would appeal to the military market And like I said, I haven't done any of it, but that was an interesting point of view that really had never even crossed my mind. But when you consider how many military wives or families are involved with Beachbody, that may be something to consider as well.
Okay. Interesting take on that. Anybody else?
I like the age. I like the different people in it. I actually did think that there was great variety for our older people.
No, yeah, that's.
But I think Tony's a good example for his, aging is for idiots. I think he's a great example for getting out to the generation that, I'm sorry, but that can afford it. Mm-hmm. And money isn't an issue.
True.
So we should be targeting those people.
You know what? Honestly, that's a good point, and honestly, my dad didn't blink an eye, really, both of my parents on the price point. That was not a problem for them with Shakeology either, because you're right. They're at that age where if they want something, they can go and get it.
Yep.
Good point. Whole new market out there. Anybody else that tried the hardcore that was just like, yeah, this is something that I'm excited and ready to tell people about, or are you guys just not getting jazzed up in that excitement at all? How many of you guys haven't even done it yet? Just Katie? Oh, Lauren hasn't. Okay. All right.
I'm pretty pumped for the 22 minutes because, I loved the T25 just for that reason.
Good point.
So I think it's going to be awesome. That's going to be such a good workout in that amount of time. And I did it with Laura that on Super Bowl Sunday, and I about died. Yeah. And then I did it today, and it was a lot easier. So I feel like it's gonna be good. I think. It's gonna be hard. I think it's gonna be, but I think it's 22 minutes, so it's like those burpees were terrible, but the second time they were a lot better.
Yeah, and actually, my T25 clients have asked me about the 22-minute. Anything to get even fewer amount of time to get a workout in, for sure. That's definitely going to appeal. That's a good point.
I cannot stand the way he counts, though.
Oh, 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
It's like the way he tries to do that, that voice, like he's a drill sergeant or something. It just drives me crazy. Well, I never did P90X, so I don't know. I'm not used to him, I don't think.
Does he make all of the boys and girls references like he does? At least he did an X3. Everything was, hey, boys and girls, hey, boys and girls.
Yeah.
It's more like he's trying to be like the drill sergeant. He's like, 1, 2, 3.
True. Well, and you know what? If you've ever looked on the X3 menu, especially, you can mute out except the cues. So maybe it'll have an option, because there are people that totally just don't groove with Tony Horton's chatter. So I know that was an option on X3. You could get no voice at all. You could get just the cues, or you could get the full out all Tony Horton all the time. So maybe they'll offer that as an option too. I don't know, because there's people that just love them. I have a gal who just loves Shaun T. She loves the push in your face, insanity type of coaching. That's what she likes in her trainers. So yeah, it appeals to some and maybe not to some. Awesome. Anything else that you guys feel like is a good something to share with upcoming people based on our experience? And I definitely want to make sure that we allow time to get on to Mark Briggs, who is on week 8 of hardcore, to get some definite things here. But just personal experiences, your clients connect to you, which was one of my main points of saying, if you're wanting to share this option next month as a way to boost your business, you having at least tried it doesn't mean you have to go full out and do the whole program, but having tried it so you can offer some real, personal take on it, because the people look to you. They don't look to whatever Mark Briggs said. They look to what you're saying. So that's why I was hoping we could get some more. My biggest memory is just the huge amount of burpees also, Lisa. That was like my least favorite part of it. But, I'm not a burpee fan in general. I don't know anybody that really is. And if you are, you're sick. So
I have one comment that I guess is not a positive. Overall, I did like it. I definitely liked the 22 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of wish there was more of a variety. I didn't like, I think, didn't we do it 3 times? The same routine 3 times?
Mm-hmm.
I was kind of over it by the third time, and I just wish it was something different.
Mm-hmm. And I think that's why I'm disappointed we didn't get a different workout to try today. Like, I was thinking I didn't know it was going to be the same one. I guess I was clueless, because I was totally hoping it was going to be something different to get more of an idea. And do you feel like Autumn's are kind of repetitious, though? Because even on Hammer and Chisel, some of her stuff I feel like is the same. She's doing like 2 or 3 sets, and it gets old for me in general when it's repetition. It just seems to go longer.
I haven't done, I've done like 2, I think, 2 Hammer and Chisel, one with Molly, and then one that was on the on demand. So I don't know, but I know with the 21-day fix, I feel like the different rounds that she does, repeating each round twice, I think that's good. If she repeated it a 3rd time, I think it would be overkill.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah, she repeats a lot on Hammer and Chisel. But, you know, the previews of Hammer and Chisel on the on-demand, when I tried those weren't 2 of my favorites at all.
True.
You know, I kind of liked the other ones down the road. And then it's kind of funny, the first one they start you on Hammer and Chisel is the one that has all of that jumping and everything else. And the other ones aren't really like that at all. I know Scott had done the first one a couple of times, and he's like, oh, I cannot do this for 60 days. I'm like, it's not like that at all. Like, that's just the one. You could skip that one.
Right. Yeah.
I think it's the one Craig said that he didn't like either.
Yeah. No, and that's a good point, too, because what we are seeing might not necessarily be anything like what the whole program's going to be like. Good point. Good point. Okay, favorite part of the Shakeology share. That's just like my favorite thing, because I am always loving hearing more about Shakeology stories. And really, we all probably have one, even if you don't. I mean, and I know that there's plenty of people out there who are just like, you know what? It just has not remarkably been a wonderful experience for me. And I can't, and I think that's the importance that even if you don't have your big Shakeology story, and I know some of you do here, have them. So that's why I want to make sure that we share them, because I think it's beneficial to all of us as a team to hear what other people's experiences are, other than just like our favorite flavor, which is absolutely, you know, fine to share. I definitely am all about that and new recipes. But when people hear, you know, how much you miss your shake when you don't have it, then that's going to speak volumes to them. And they're going to want to know the reason behind it. And even if you don't have that personal story, we're a big team. I mean, okay, there's 8 of us just on this call, 8 of us who I'm 99.9% sure are drinking Shakeology every day. So are you just doing it just to do it? Or is there, you know, a method behind your madness? So who would like to share their Shakeology story first? Come on, don't be scared.
I'll share.
Awesome. Thanks, Joy.
I'll go. Mine is I had gallbladder attacks at least 4 or 5 times a year, if not more, before drinking Shakeology. Almost 3 years ago now is when I started. And like most people, I didn't think it was worth the money, and I recreated it, you know, like most of us have heard the stories. And then when I finally said it, it was every. I have not had an attack besides, you know, if I eat the wrong food, of course, it's going to act up. But as far as just simply feeling better, that's huge for me. And then also today, and I was talking to him, and he said, what are you doing? What are you taking? I told him Shakeology, and I got a thumbs up, which was awesome. And so he kind of approved that as all the stuff I need. So that was kind of a great validation for telling other people. And so I talked to him about having it as a prenatal, not that I'm need it as that, but he approved it and just said add the folic acid, which was awesome to tell my moms, because a lot of them have him as a doctor. So for them to be confident in that. And I did have 2 moms go ahead and drink it and are continuing to drink it pre and post and all that baby. So a few different areas for me, but one is definitely, I think it's helping me hopefully keep away any symptoms of the ovarian cysts acting up anymore, because my mom did have ovarian cancer. So I'm very aware of that. And also my gallbladder. A few other things is I used to lay awake at night, probably 2 hours, and I don't anymore. About 2 years ago, I just I hit the pillow and I'm gone. So I have a great night's sleep. And as moms know, I do have little kids and no problems. You know, I'm not up with them and they're not up with me. We all drink Shakeology and we all go to bed.
And that's a really good point, because I have many people that tell me that they don't want to drink it because they're afraid that it's going to hype them up. So I'm encouraged to hear that now I know somebody that they totally are not affected that way. And even their kids have, their shakes, and it doesn't send them off the cuff crazy. So that's awesome. I love that. And it's important that you preface by saying that it is, a friend of mine that has experienced this, because, obviously you can't do the whole doctor says
right
type of thing.
Yeah. I always say check with your doctor no matter what. It doesn't matter who they are. But that was another one of my challengers. Just noticed she is breastfeeding and her milk has increased double since drinking it. So there's another one where that's awesome. I mean, she also says that there are a lot of side effects, according to research. But she also said that there's a lot of side effects when you walk out of the store with your cart full of crap food. So, take it with a grain of salt hey, that's just the truth. No. So she's great. And I loved hearing that, though, that it has helped her production. And then lastly, for me, probably I also used to suffer headaches. And I haven't taken anything for a headache in a year. I can't even remember the last time that I've been sick or had a headache ever. So
that's awesome. And I have heard a lot of people say that about the sickness. They don't fight the nasties that they used to fight like they did. So that's awesome.
My kids don't either.
That's awesome. Good stuff, girlfriend. Good stuff. Okay. Who else has a good Shakeology story? I would love to hear it.
I'll go.
I'll be quiet. And I didn't like the cafe latte.
Who is this? I can't tell who's talking.
Me?
Okay.
Allison, I guess similar to you, because I know you had the digestive problems. I had some IBS issues. And I don't know if it's a combination of the eating right with the Shakeology, but my IBS issues are pretty much non-existent. And I attribute it a lot to the Shakeology. My energy levels are definitely way up. My cravings are down. My complexion has gotten better. I still have small breakouts, but not, I used to have several around the chin and several going on at one time, and I don't have that as much anymore. I feel like my hair is stronger because I have really thin hair. I just feel like it's a lot shinier and stronger. So that is, and I think the sleeping thing too, now that you said that, Joy, because I used to stay awake for hours, and it used to frustrate the heck out of me when my husband would hit his head to the pillow and start snoring within 2 minutes. Now, I still don't fall asleep that quickly, but I'm not up for hours. It's more like 20 minutes. And again, I don't know if it's because of the Shakeology or because I'm working out and, tired because of that. I don't know. But that's pretty much my experience with the Shakeology.
That's good. Now, was it you that just jumped in and said at the very beginning you didn't like the latte, or was that Joy at the end of hers that said
that was Joy?
She did not. Okay, cool. All right.
Hang on. I love it now. And I'm not a cold coffer.
Oh, okay.
Just so you know.
Okay. All right. I missed that. That's good. And you know what, Laura, I've heard a lot of people say the shiny hair thing. They have totally seen a difference in their hair. I've heard a lot of people. Shannon used to talk about that off the get-go. All about her hair and nails.
Okay, so it's not just blondes, because I was wondering, is it just blondes that have shinier hair? Okay.
No, she was all about that. I remember her talking about that.
Okay.
Cool. Molly girl.
I have something to add about the hair thing.
Yeah.
I just remembered this. I remember that this happened before, but I haven't really shared this. I got a keratin treatment right at the, because I have so much extra money to burn. apparently. I got a keratin treatment last year. I think it was like in November or December, like right before I started drinking Shakeology every day. And then when I went back to her, like I had an appointment set up to get another one the next time. And when I went there, I absolutely didn't need it.
Dang.
And I attributed it to, obviously eating better, because I was a horrible eater, but the Shakeology too, because literally like my hair was like falling off fried, because I always got highlights too. And the next time I went, I didn't even have to do it. So I thought that was pretty cool. Not that I could afford to do it twice in a row, but that's one thing. And Joy, some people on my team have heard the story already, but to totally piggyback off of your story, I was tested my thyroid. They noticed there was nodules on my thyroid last January. And then I just got, I just had a follow-up like a couple weeks ago. And they had prepared me for, getting them biopsied, because my mom has thyroid cancer. And or the other option was that they would stay the same. And when they called me, they said there was no nodules at all. They were completely gone. And I talked to my primary doctor, and she was like, that's the very first thing she said was Shakeology, because she had done the research on it and, was very, I was completely floored. So that was my awesome Shakeology story. But I can't really keep getting over it. I just can't even believe it.
Awesome.
So I'm never going to stop drinking it. I just want to hand it out to people without being weird, but I don't really know how to do that. You know what I mean? Because I know the benefits from it, and I'm like, because Allison knows I drank it on and off for years, and I was just like, like I didn't take it every day though. And I've heard a lot of things. You have to drink it every day. I didn't drink it consistently enough. I was the one that always had like the excess bags. I'd be like, I have plenty. Those people that tell you that, and you're like, that's because you're not drinking every day. And Allison would say the same thing. I'm like, no, I'm drinking it every day. Every single day I'm having one. And I would just, then I would stop for a month or two, and then I would, gain 30 pounds again. And then I would call her up and get another bag. And then I would, so that was like my history with it. So I never drank it consistently enough to actually see any, like I liked it. It was good for me, and I knew I was doing good things, but like the long-term effects of it. It's just huge. So that's it.
Awesome. Anybody else? Give or take it. What are you liking about it? If you are drinking it every day, and maybe you don't have a huge story, what is it about it that you do like? That would be my question.
I'll jump in.
Awesome. Hey, Lauren.
So I've been doing it for maybe 3 years. When I first started, I was the person who always had, like, I didn't want to be on auto ship because I would always have extra. And I was like, I don't know how anybody goes through this in a month. And now I'm like, okay, I need more bags, because one bag isn't really lasting a month. But for me, it was one of those things where I'll be very candid. I've been on antidepressants since I was a teenager. And, as many people who have depression do, I would go off my meds because I thought, I'm fine. And I go back on them, and it would take a while for those things to like kick back in. But it'd be one of those things where I'd be feeling horrible. And then all of a sudden one day I just kind of wake up and go, hey, I haven't felt that way in a really long time. And I had the same reaction to Shakeology, where if I was, once I started drinking it on a regular basis, my sluggishness and all of that just kind of disappeared. But it took a little while for me to kind of go, hey, wait a minute, I haven't felt exhausted for no reason in a really long time. Or, I've had a lot more energy lately. Like, why is that? And I firmly believe it's a direct result of Shakeology. I just feel so good on it that I always say to people, I'll be like 80 years old, God willing, I'll be 80 years old and still drinking it, because I don't want to go a day without it. When you have something that's working that well, it's like, why would you stop? I will say this though, my mom tried it about a year ago, and I don't know if it's the difference between vegan and the regular. I personally drink vegan, but my mom had tried the regular, and she had so many, she had such like gas problems with it that she just couldn't keep drinking it. And I don't know if that's just her or if other people have experienced that. Like, it made her very uncomfortable. So she never really got to the point where I think she could feel the energy. And I also would say that, reduced cravings for bad carbs and, sweets. She never really got the full benefit of that because of that reaction. So I don't know if anybody else is.
Well, yeah, my mom's experience was similar. And what I tried to encourage her to do was to stick with it, but she was not a very stick with it type of person, because Craig and I both had that experience as well. But we didn't give up on it. We wanted to definitely do it the whole 30 days. And it was almost like when you were drinking it, it's like getting rid of all the nastiness that's inside of you or something. And once that, it's like it's in your body, I didn't continue to have that kind of problem anymore. And I don't know if that even makes sense or if that's scientifically possible, but that was our experience. And I know for Craig's dad, the regularity end of it was really, really good for him. It kept him very regular. And I just wish Mom had stuck with it that much to get to experience it. But I don't know. Does anybody else, Laura, did you unmute? You were getting ready to say something?
Yeah, my neighbor, she stopped taking Shakeology because she said that she was having such gassy and noises and stuff. She works at SU and was all in these meetings. And she said in the middle of her meetings, all everybody heard was her stomach making these gurgling noises. So she stopped taking it for a while, and now she's jumped back into our newest or one of our newer challenge groups, and I just talked to her. She's actually drinking it every other day, and I haven't heard her say any complaints about it. But I guess I'll share with her, Allison, that you said stick, because I don't remember how long she went before she stopped taking it. Mm-hmm. So maybe I'll see if she's how long she went, and if she can try to take it for the full month and see how that goes.
Cool.
Yeah, I think I'm going to ask my mom to try it again and try the vegan, just in case there is some.
Well, that's a good idea. I agree. I mean, it could be a dairy thing for sure. Absolutely. Joy, were you going to say something?
I was going to say, yeah, some people that have had that problem with meat, it is getting rid of the garbage. Your body is, getting rid of, and it doesn't know what to do actually with the nutrients that you're giving it. It doesn't know how to process that yet. So that's why the 30 days, it is scientific, why the 30 days is so cool, because our bodies are used to a lot of junk, and it's stored in there. And if you could, that is going through like a broom and just sweeping all that junk out. So it is sticking with it, but you can suggest a half a scoop a day. And for people that have like the stomach making noises during meetings, suggest they drink it for dinner. And then that gives their system a lot of time to process it. Those are two ideas that people have had and have worked for some of my people. But half a scoop every day, Laura, then she's actually getting it into her system every day.
Cool.
And also, I would just like to add, if people are eating regularly, if they're trying to clean up their diet and then you're drinking Shakeology, and then you start eating the way you used to. I don't know if you've noticed. Mm-hmm. I mean, not to be disgusting, but like if I'm eating really clean for like a month and then I go drink some, like if I go away for the weekend and I drink some wine and I eat like how I used to eat every single day of my life, I have never smelled these smells. I don't even understand where they come from. I am not a gassy person by nature, but something has died in there and has crawled out. And do you know what I'm saying? Are you guys with me? Am I wrong?
This is the recorded call, Molly.
I hope this goes out on the internet and everybody knows what has died in my stomach when I eat and drink how I used to drink every day. And here's the thing. I read somewhere, this just goes back to the fact, you feel like that all the time, so your body is used to it. So imagine eating like that every single day for 20 years. Mm-hmm. Amen, sister, because I don't know, the aliens, it's disgusting. I don't care. I will get up on stage and say that story.
Yeah, and you will one day. I know it.
But I'm just saying, it's true. It is like when you eat so bad all the time, your body is so used to those chemicals, and when you get rid of them and then you start doing that again, and so, I mean, you could probably do that again and still have Shakeology, and you're like, oh my God, it's the Shakeology. No, it's the chemicals from the crap that you're eating and the wines that you won't stop drinking. Me.
Thanks for sharing.
No problem.
Okay. Does anybody else have any Shake-O stories? So, Lisa.
Not, I mean, all the benefits that everybody else is talking about, same thing. I've had, really good success with it. I did want to share something funny that happened today, though, at work. I guess Laura had given a coworker a sample. She tracked me down today to tell me that she drank it at 7 or whatever, and she was like, did you know I was starving by 10? And I was so tired, and so she's going on about all this random stuff, and I'm like, honey, it doesn't work in one day. It's not like some magic powder. And she was like, well, all you guys talk about is how good you feel and how you stay full till lunch. And I'm like, I've been drinking it since November. It's not a one day. It was just kind of funny. Made me laugh. But
it's a meal, though. I mean, who's not hungry? If I eat at 7, I could eat my arm off by 10 o'clock.
Oh, I was thinking the same thing. I was thinking to myself, I eat 5 or 6 times a day. So yeah.
I know.
If you eat regular breakfast, I'm sorry that Egg McMuffin's I'm sure that'll tide you over till 12 if you want to hit that.
Right.
To the drive-thru. I'm just saying.
Yeah, it was funny. Just made me laugh today. But
I need you to text me who that was.
Yeah. What, Laura?
She's trying to lip read.
But yeah, everything else, just digestion, I'm sleeping better, I have more energy, all those good things. I don't really have a story per se, but
no, that is yours, and you can take ownership of it and share that because that's your real life experience for Daggone Sure. I would just want to say something in regards to, and really when you think about this, if she's just mixing it straight up plain, that's 130 calories, and 130 calories, especially if she is working out, is not going to have her hang from 7 o'clock till 12 o'clock or that's 1 o'clock, true. Whenever she eats. So I know when I know that it's a big meal for me, today mine was blueberries and spinach all mixed in it, and that it held me very well. But I was smart about what I put in it. You know what I'm saying? So something to make sure that that's a consideration to take in, especially for people that, if they are hard workout people in the morning, your body's going to burn that puppy up in no time. Especially once you become a fat burning machine.
Yeah.
So those are all good stories. I wrote down a lot of notes of what you guys said. Thankfully, this is recording for you non-note taking people. Anything else? Anybody good? Any questions, you guys? Oh, Molly, go. Oh, nope. Yeah, no.
I was just going to say, just to add this last little thing, is, that call about Bonnie Engel saying that she takes all of her negative stuff and puts it on a post later. That's a perfect post. Be Lisa to say something like, "Oh my gosh, I love the Shakeology. It's replacing a meal I eat 5 times a day," or I don't know, however you would turn that around. But just when people have doubts, it's just another good way to post something that's positive about it. Just turn it into some kind of positive thing. It's an idea. My favorite's always when people are like, "I'd love to join you, but I just can't exist on shakes all day." I'm like, "Oh, me neither." I am always just bye-bye. I don't even acknowledge that. 'Cause I'm like, who can, it's since the 1990 with our Slim Fast.
Well, and there are programs that are 2 shakes a day. And I do get that question often. How many shakes a day do I need to drink? I was like, 1, and that's it. And don't feel like you have to. I like to chew my food. That's what I tell everybody. I like to chew my food. So yeah. I like that reminder on Bonnie Engel's thing. I received so much information and I forget. It's so good to revisit those things. And I had already written that note down to revisit Bonnie Engel's call based on Janelle's call this morning, because I was like, I need to revisit that kind of thing. Good move about turning the negatives or the doubters into positives. I love that. Well, I have everybody on here. Do you guys have any questions or anything like that? Anything going on? No? Okay, good. Cool. Elaine's still West Coast. She'll be back Thursday. I don't know why I looked at the clock. I guess that was going to tell me what day she was going to be back. I don't know. Whatever. It's all good. She'll be back on Thursday. I guess Katie hopped off, so I didn't get to get a picture with Katie, but we should wave just because we can. And I mentioned, this is kind of, it's pretty, I know I don't give everybody like a huge big reminder of subject matter or time, but Mondays at 8:30 is just kind of a given for our call. I think we set that like last month, but I know it for a while we had it on Thursdays for you guys that are new. You may not even remember that we did a Thursday call, and we were kind of inconsistent, but I know our goal for a lot of the leaders is to have a weekly call. Laura and Molly especially had said yes. So, the weekly calls are beneficial because it's this kind of thing. It's connecting and finding out, just about this kind of stuff. It's just good. And it's good to connect and hear other ideas. So I hope that, and I appreciate the fact that you guys have taken the time tonight to make it. Anybody got anything? You good? Are you smiling pretty? I had to move so that I could have a better Wi-Fi connection because it was getting all crappy on me. Okay, smile because you guys are too cute. Okay, good. Yes. Hey. Awesome. Okay, you guys. Well, I hope you have a fabulous week, and don't hesitate to connect on the page. I see some rocking Success Club point earners here. Laura Becker 26. What the heck, you freak? I know.
She's not playing. She said 35.
Oh, dang. I saw 26, so it must not have posted yet. So that's awesome. Sweet. You beast. Beast, girl, beast. All right. I can't say anything. I have no points. So I'm your fearless leader that's leading way back.
Allison, we have a question.
Oh, question. Ask.
Do you know about the tier prizes? Do you have to have Success Club? Everyone on your team has to have Success Club for you to get the tier because it says individual prizes.
Correct. You have to have Success Club. The team total is whatever that team total is. So if somebody on your team does not get Success Club, that's not going to affect you. Like, so if Lauren, she's the only person, love her heart, on my team that has points because she's a beast, say she gets the minimum level of 5, and our group has to get like 20 or 25 as a whole. So long as she has 5, and if other people are scattered and did not get that full out, then she'll still get her stuff. So yeah. So like, how many points do you guys have total? You guys should have like a bazillion.
We're on
like 56.
Okay, so you've already earned tier 3, and the people that have Success Club, long as they have, I think tier 3 is like you have to have 7 to 10 points, right? So in order to get that tier 3, each person would have to at least get to 7. Now they could get maybe tier 1 or tier 2 sitting at 5, but typically that last tier before you get into the super high prizes is at least is hitting Success Club 10, I believe. So that should be, I was going to say, because you have 10, Erica has 10, 28. So yeah, that's at least 48. Good Gugamuga. That's awesome.
So Allison McDermott, step that up.
Bless her heart. She's on a team that's not got any points. I'm on her team. I'm lame. What were you saying? Yeah.
The guy I called Beachbody coach, and I asked the guy, it's so funny because I asked him, I said, I have a question about the team cup prizes. And he said, what are you talking about? And I said, the team cup that's going on right now. He had no idea what I was talking about. And I said, can you connect me with somebody who knows about the team cup? So he transferred me. And I asked the same question that Molly said. Does everyone in the group have to have Success Club 5 in order to get the tier 1 prize? Mm-hmm. And he said, you need to go to Coach FAQ. Mm-hmm. And I said, okay, I'm there right now. I'm looking at it on the screen. Can you tell me what I need to type in order to get that answer? Do I type in, does each member of my group need to have Success Club 5 in order for me to get the tier 1 prize? And he's like, I said, can you transfer me to somebody? And so again, I got transferred, and the guy said, yes, every member, but he didn't sound like he knew what he was talking about. He's like, yeah, everybody in your group needs to have Success Club 5 in order to get tier 1. I was like, and I told Molly, didn't I say that today, Molly? I said, he sounded like he did not know what he was talking about.
Oh, yeah, that's tough. A lot of times they'll tell you they read off of the Coach FAQs. So
okay.
that's why I go there before I get on the telephone with anybody, because, and probably sometimes even typing in just a little bit is better. But on that particular item, you can look on the teambeachbodycup.com, and they have a breakdown of all of the details in fine print on that PDF in there, and it'll say download whatever. And so if you're not sure, but I'm pretty confident. That's right. You guys have extra points for rank advancement too. Mm-hmm. So yeah, that is not, because I know there's been a group that I've been in before where people didn't get Success Club, but I still got my prizes because I did get Success Club. So I know that is the real deal. I mean, unless they changed it this time, and I can't imagine that they did.
Okay.
Cool. All right, you guys. Anybody else got anything before we rock on? Nope. Thanks again for taking time out of your evening tonight. Whoop, whoop.
Night,
I will have a good night. Ciao.